Yep.
Alright, so this is Spencer and Jack. We're with KDUP College Radio here at the University of Portland. So could you introduce yourself?
My name is Julie. I'm the singer of Yelle. Yelle is actually also my nickname, so I'm Yelle.
And then for our listeners, could you just describe your own music and a little bit about the backstory of how Yelle formed?
So yeah, Yelle is a pop electronic band. There is 2 drummers on stage and me. And first we started with Grand Marnier. I met him in a party maybe it was almost 10 years ago. And yeah, he had already his band, I had already my band, and it was really different. And he just asked me, do you want to sing on my song? Let's try some stuff. And we just started like that. And the first song we finished was Je te vois. We put it on MySpace at the end of 2005, September, I think. And crazy things happened. We had a request from a label, and we were working on other songs, at the same moment. So yeah, everything started at this moment on MySpace, and here we are in Portland today.
So where were you when your first record label contacted you?
I was working in a theater company. I was doing all the organization for the people, for the comedian, and I wanted to be a singer for a long time. I grew up in a really musical family. My father is a musician. There were always music at home, and but it took me a long time to realize I could do it, and to realize I really wanted to do that. But I think probably because my father was already a singer, it was kind of weird for me to do it. So
right.
Yeah, it took me a moment, and actually Jean-François Grand Marnier really helped me to realize that, to realize yes, you can sing, you have to do it, and yeah, I really needed this connection with him to get into it.
Definitely. So assuming that you were already pretty popular in France and Europe before your music hit America, what was your first American gig like, and how is it different than the other French or other European tours?
The first gig we did in the US was in New York. It was in a little club, and we were not expecting anything because we didn't know, what would happen. And we played few months before in Montreal, and there were a good response, but we didn't know about New York. And actually, when we arrived in the city, our tour agent told us, all right guys, it's sold out. So
really?
That's a good sign, maybe something is happening. And we were like, are you sure? That's weird, why? and actually we played that night in that club, and it was crazy. It was really weird for us because it was the first time, and people already knew our songs, and they were singing it, and there were mostly American people, not just French people. So that was really weird, and I'm still really surprised, every night when I play here in Portland or wherever, to see people dancing and trying to sing, and that's still completely crazy for me,
Yeah.
But I like that, and I really, since I'm a little girl, I'm listening to lots of really different kind of music, and for example, it reminds me something, but when I was a little girl, I was really into Portuguese band.
Oh.
So I couldn't understand
Mhm.
anything, but it was so deep and so beautiful and it's so intense. I loved that band and I still love them. And but yeah, it's weird because I don't know what they are, saying in their lyrics. But
Right.
it's not important because I can feel things, and I think it's probably the same for people here when they come to see us on stage. They don't really understand the words, but they can understand the mood,
Mhm.
or the energy, and if it's enough for them, it's good. I mean, it's perfect.
So how's the French music industry different than the American industry? Seeing as you've had to deal with both now, probably.
Yeah, it's weird because I think maybe in Europe people like to put artists in boxes, like you are doing pop music, you are doing rock, rap or whatever, and you can't really do. Of course you can mix it, but you have to be part of a category. And here in US, I think it's really different. I can feel that people can love Beyonce and it's not a shame,
Right.
and they can love I don't know, Nick Cave or Beck or yeah, something totally different like country music, and I like that, there is some a freedom, regarding the way you are enjoying music here, and yeah, in Europe it's a little more, sorry. It's just rehearsal, so I think it's not gonna take a lot of time.
It's the lamp.
Yeah? Oh, it's better.
That's better. I hope I don't break the lamp. But honestly, I'm sure this lamp has seen worse. All right.
And yeah, so it's probably easier to be, but I don't know, I say that from another side, but it's probably easier to be a musician here because you can do whatever you want. I mean, for example, the artist I probably love the most is Beck, and
Mhm.
I like the way he's building, his career, because he's doing what he wants, and in different kind of style. I'm a big fan of Midnight Vultures, his album, because it's really I don't know the word in English, but it tries things, and
Experimental.
Experimental, exactly. It's weird, but it's cool, and you can feel he's really enjoying it. And a few years after, he can do something totally different, like really slow and peaceful, and with symphonic chords, and it's beautiful too. And I think it's a chance, and for an artist to have, to do things like that.
Mhm.
And I hope to have the chance to do things like that, because I don't want to be like in a box, like I
Right,
said,
exactly.
And do pop electronics all my life, because I love a lot of different things, and I want to experiment things, and I want to try things,
Mhm.
and so yeah, it's I hope people will understand it, because I'm not sure in Europe, because of the way the music industry works, I'm not sure it's gonna be easy, but I want to try, because of course, during your life you are evolving, and you want to do stuff, differently. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know how will be the next record, but I want to have the chance to try things, and I hope I will have the chance to do it.
Perfect. So going off of that, are there any artists in the future that you'd like to collaborate with that you haven't had the chance to yet?
Beck would be.
Yeah.
Of course, because he's like an icon, and so yeah. I just like to meet him, just to talk and to understand how he is working and how is the process, and yeah, just to understand and to see, because sometimes you are waiting for inspiration and it's never happening, or it's not happening in the way you were thinking it would come. So it's I'm really interested in other artists, the way they are working, and to see what is there a secret or something, is there a universal way of doing it, or it's just something really personal, I don't know. So yeah, maybe Beck. I'm a big fan of Dave Gann from Depeche Mode too, so I really love to do something with him. And I don't know, maybe something totally different from the music that I'm doing. For example, it was funny, for lunch we were in the restaurant close to just right here, and they were playing Mac DeMarco in the bar, and I was like, yeah, I love it, it's really cool, and I just came back in the bus and I was listening to it again and again, and I said to myself, why not a guy like that? Because it's really far away from me, from the music I'm doing. But I love his music, and I think it could be nice to try things, because I really want to push my limits, and to see how it can work in a different style. So why not? Why him?
I cannot wait to see Yelle featuring Mac DeMarco.
Going off that, is there anybody you've been touring, 2005 is when you really broke through. Is there anybody in that time that you've gotten to meet, or that you've run into, that you've just been incredibly starstruck by, or just feel really grateful to have been able to meet them, as far as musicians go?
You mean that I met, or
that you got to meet?
I'm a big fan of Metric,
the
band Metric, and I had the chance I saw them on stage in Coachella in 2008, and I had the chance just to shake their hands, and but it was weird because I think it was not the good moment for them, but I was really waiting for something and nothing happened, and I was like, all right, so I go back to my trailer, and I probably really wanted to connect with them, and I think they were just really busy or whatever, and it was not the moment. But sometimes, you just waiting for something incredible and nothing is happening, and sometimes you have some judgment, on someone, and we've been touring for almost 1 month with Katy Perry in Europe, and she's actually always surrounded by people, so it's really hard to talk to her. But actually we had some little chats, and she was so nice, and she's really into her thing. I mean, she's invested in the whole process. She's really into it. She asked us on Twitter, do you want to be part of the tour? So that was really...
It's over Twitter.
Yeah. It's
and you're just hashtag yes.
That's weird, but that's cool. And I really respect her because she's great with her fans. She's taking time. She cares of people, in her team. She's working a lot every day to build her thing, and I really respect that. And every night when we were playing, when we were opening for her, after we were going to the show, and it was incredible. The intensity between the crowd and her, and I was almost crying every night, you know, on the fireworks, because it was the highlight of the show, and it was so deep and crazy, and yeah, she's great actually, you know, even if she was a bit sick or, you know, tired, she always had a nice word, and so I really liked artists like, you know, she's huge, she's a star,
right,
but she's still a human, you know, she still have feelings and emotion, and she's still sharing it, so that's great.
So I don't want to keep you for much longer.
No, that's okay. Don't worry.
But just like on a personal side, what's on Julie's bucket list?
Bucket list? What is that?
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. It's an English idiom. So I mean, a bucket list is like things you want to do before you die.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Bucket list. I will try to.
Do you have like a phrase for that in French?
Not really. We don't have like an expression for
Right.
it. But yeah, we are doing that all the time. I really want to, you know, I have the chance to travel a lot, so it's great, but it's always a little bit frustrating because I can't stay in the city more than 24 hours. So I hope I will have the time to travel a lot around the world and just to stay in places and have the time to enjoy people and to do nothing and just to watch and yeah, it will be great. And but you know, I don't have big dreams. I mean, I don't want to play in huge arenas or whatever, because I really feel something different, you know, when you play in front of people, like in the venues like tonight. It's really cool to see people, to see the face, to see the eyes, to catch the eyes of people in the crowd, and even you know, to have the chance to meet them, you know. Every night after the show I try to go to the merch stand and to spend a little moment with them, because it's really important for me. And so yeah, I think I just want to continue, you know, to do that, and I hope to have inspiration in the future, and to have the chance to try different things in music, and to experiment, and to have the chance to work with different people, and in really different style of music, and even in different discipline. I mean, I'd love to act. I'd love to have a farm. I'd love to. I you know, I think it's gonna be hard to do all the things I want in one life, and but I hope I will take the time to do things in a good way. You know, my father and my mother, they always teach me to do things with passion, do whatever I want. If you want to be a journalist, if you want to be a farmer, if you want to be whatever you want, but do it with passion. Don't forget what for you are doing it. So and so yeah, I think it will be different moment of my life, but for the moment I deeply want to be on stage. I love that a lot, you know, to sing and to provoke things in people. It's really it's a lot for me.
Julie,
Yeah.
Yelle, thank you so much for
Thank you.
taking the time
problem.
to come sit with us and chat with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.